You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Hey, it's Jack McGee again. Thanks for showing up. This is What's Going On. Matter of fact, what's going on, we got the Lumberjack Days starting on the 27th September, and then, Lumberjack, October 4th, Wagon Train, September 27th. Did I confuse anybody?
No, you got it. You got it.
Anyhow, we're sitting here with Rocky.
Josh.
Where do I keep, well, you look like a John.
No, I've never been a John. I'm willing to change my name if it helps.
This is Rocky Lane. He's representing the new restaurant down in Amador City called...
the Diggins.
The Diggins.
The Diggins.
You put a "the" on there, don't you?
Yeah.
The Diggins.
Rather than just say the Diggins, it separates us up, makes us a little more high class, don't you think?
High class, yeah, absolutely.
The Diggins.
Anyhow, go get your... they don't have tuna fish sandwiches anymore, do they?
No, no tuna fish.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and a beer and a popcorn?
No.
None of that stuff?
Sausages, hot dogs, salads.
Hey, we can go down there and get them.
Yep, absolutely.
Go to the Diggins, get your hot dog, come right back. Okay, so don't go nowhere.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.
Okay, we're here talking with Rocky.
Good morning. How are you, Jack?
So how did you get into the restaurant business?
Well, I'll tell you, my wife is ready to shoot me right on the spot. We're both retired. We live in Amador City, but I sold my business about 4 years ago, and I just can't stand not doing something.
Wow.
So I keep looking around for little adventures, and a friend of mine who's turned out to be my partner in the business, Pam Diggins, came to me and says, listen, we have the brand new renovated facility. It looks like a restaurant, it acts like a restaurant, so let's make it a restaurant. So we opened up the Diggins word of mouth a couple of weeks ago. Our grand opening is a week from today, September 29th, over the entire Labor Day weekend. So to answer your question, I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
Well, the night that I should say the day that I was there, it seemed like local people walking along the sidewalk, people stopping their cars, coming in, checking it out, and you had a lot of interest from what I could see.
Well, the challenge we have is that it sits up on a hill, and everybody that's ever been through Amador City knows that old building.
Yeah.
But what they can't see is the renovation in the back. So we see people going by and they say, gosh, the lights are on. Let's go in and see what's happening. More and more the word of mouth is getting out. But you know, and we're on TV.
You poured that concrete up there, didn't you?
Yeah, we poured it for...
It's a nice job.
Oh, it's a great place. We put about 40, 50 people back there on that.
Yeah.
And when you were entertaining there, you saw people. It was a nice, intimate situation. People loved singing with you.
Well, I think that's one of the most important things about these smaller restaurants like yours is intimate.
Yeah.
You know, you sit and talk and turn the guitar player down.
Well, I don't want to be accused of turning you down.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People got to be able to talk.
Well, it's the kind of place where people are comfortable, and you saw that when you started singing some of the old songs. People are comfortable, and they want to sit there with their wine and their beer and their sausage, and they want to say, hey, this is very nice. The breeze is blowing up our skirts, and we feel comfortable.
Now, the sausage thing you're talking about, is that something you guys, that's your main thing, or different kinds of...
Well, we have a small kitchen, so we didn't want to compete on the hamburger side of things. We wanted to provide some what we call gourmet sausage. They're unusual kinds of sausage, and they put them in a sandwich and put house-made, homemade toppings, homemade sauces, and we think we give you a very unique experience when you come there. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good place to stop, good place to listen to music every Friday and Saturday night, and... yeah, you know, people, we try to get, upgrade the music a little bit. You've been there, and we've had some other people. We've had a young girl from high school come through and sing. So, a variety of acts. I'm looking at a magician for a couple of weeks.
Well, with your theater background, you and I both come from a background of and I remember what a director told me one time. Give them their $3 worth.
Absolutely.
You know, that audience, they paid $3 to see your show, give them what they paid for.
Yes, absolutely.
You know?
Make them feel like that ticket was worthwhile.
Exactly.
And the same thing here. I want people to come in and have a good time. I want them to go away with a good memory. And on top of everything else, I just love Amador City. And
Maybe you and I can work up a comedy routine.
well, I think we've got it started right now.
Yeah.
I can't hear anybody laughing, though. Somebody out there must be laughing.
Maybe next time we'll get an audience in here.
Oh, bring them off the street. Bring them up. Let's see what we can do. If we can make the street guys here laugh, we can make anybody laugh.
Well, you know, I tell you, I haven't spent much time in Amador City, as I probably should have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a nice little town.
Well, they finished with that construction of the bridge and the main highway coming through there, and we like it because it's so, again, the word intimate, but it's so easy to get to know your way around, and the people are very nice. Everyone talks to everybody. You're there, if you're there just overnight, like some people come in from the Bay Area and spend overnight. Yeah. If you're there just overnight, suddenly you know half the town, and it makes you feel like you want to come back.
Now, from what my neighbor has told me about Amador City, and that place you're in, there's like used to be a gold mine next to it?
Right next door was one of the most profitable gold mines, and I've been told that it was viable up until about 1950 or so. So it was pumping gold out of there when you and I were born.
Well, what I understood was the guy, his last name was Amador.
So I've heard.
This whole county comes from, is the guy digging gold right there next to your restaurant.
Well, the story I heard was that he was an entrepreneur. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He got the place started, and that's always the guy you name it after.
Now, was that building originally a hotel or an office or something?
You know,
been there for 300 years.
We don't know. The Amador City Museum is right next door, so I talked to those people, and the best we could figure out, it was called Schaefer's Diggins a long time ago, and it had something to do with the mine, but we don't know exactly what.
Yeah. Well, I think that's nice to know. It'd be nice if you had some sort of a plaque thing there inside the building someplace, like they do in historic buildings that would kind of explain things.
Well, it's a good idea. I think before you can do that, though, you better get your facts.
Check with the historical
society.
Better
get your facts straight. And if the museum's next door and they haven't been able to find out exactly, and even you and I are not old enough to remember what was going on.
I'll talk to that neighbor of mine, find out what that book is that he dug up for that.
Good.
Get that to you.
We'd like to have something that connected us.
Right next to you, you have that little park.
Yes. The Amador City Park, and again, that's hard to see from the street.
Exactly.
But that's a neat little section, just a little place to sit and relax and look down at the city.
Yeah.
It's a nice little town.
I walked out there and stuck my speaker next to the road. You know, what are you going to do?
Well, that's one thing about Amador City is that once everybody knows what you're doing, nobody gets in your way. Everybody helps you out.
Well, let's talk about this food. I mean, we got to have something special going on with this food to get people in there.
Well,
they'll get tired listening to me.
Oh, well,
fast.
I'll never say that out loud. I'll whisper it. I think that the food is unusual enough. Obviously, you don't want to eat there every day. I don't mind that, but there's a variety of different kinds of sausages. But you also have 3 or 4 of some homemade salads that are delicious. My wife insisted that we have vegan, so we have a vegan opportunity there. And then we have, one of the most popular things we have is the sampler plate, where we take 3 or 4 very, very good sausages, and we cut them up and we put them on there with some homemade toppings and sauces.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and you're able to sample, everything, and then decide next time which one you want.
So your customer base is probably lunchtime, or?
Well, we're not sure yet. Again, our grand opening is next week, but I think it's going to be a combination of worker people on Friday coming through, and then Friday night is going to be, I think it's going to be, let's go listen to the band night. Let's get a night out. And then Saturday, I think, is going to turn over to be mostly people from out of town.
Well, you're right there in the middle of wine country, right in the middle of it.
And they're close enough where they're
tourists coming and going right and left.
They're traveling through, and and they want to see something different, and I think we offer it.
Well, absolutely. Oh, we have to go do another break? We got a break here? Break time. Okay, come right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. Sutter Plymouth Health Center welcomes board-certified physician assistant Rita Reyes to the Sutter Medical Group's medical office located at 9279 Locust Street in Plymouth. Rita received her board certification along with her Bachelor of Science in Neurobiology, Physiology, and Behavior from UC Davis. Rita is fluent in Spanish and has a broad range of primary care experience, including physicals, sick visits, sports physicals, and women's health for patients through every stage of life. She also has experience caring for chronically ill patients and performing a wide range of procedures. For an appointment, call 245-6968. Do you want to go to college? Can't afford to commute to attend college? Can't get the classes you need? Contact the Amador Learning Center at 223-6393 for information on how to enroll in online degree and certificate programs offered locally through accredited California community colleges. The Amador Learning Center offers help with applications, registration, financial aid assistance, and enrollment. Students can access tutoring and ongoing mentoring. Laptop Lab is available for student use. Call the Amador Learning Center to learn more at 223-6393.
Experience the great outdoors of the High Sierra Historic Plazas Resort. Tent and RV camping, boat lunch and fishing, trail and wilderness hiking, canoe and kayak rentals, and campsites for horse and rider. With seasonal site rentals, group campsites, store, arcade, showers, laundry, restaurant, and bar. Create lasting memories of family fun all summer long. Save on gas. It's only a short drive from Jackson off Highway 88 at Silver Lake. Visit us online at plazasresort.com or reserve your site by calling 209-258-8814. Plazas Resort, where the good times begin.
For south of the border cooking, come to Jose's Mexican Restaurant. Friendly service and a fiesta-style atmosphere. Jose's offers full menu, a la carte dining, outstanding combinations with tasty traditional flavors. Now serving Jose Cuervo's Tequila Margaritas. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Jose's Mexican Restaurant in the Motherlode Plaza on Highway 49 in Jackson. Jose's Mexican Restaurant, a delicious local tradition.
For decades, Manacero Insurance Agency has been helping our customers. Our friendly, qualified agents are here to provide you with whatever type of insurance you need. Insurance for your auto, home, health, life, and business. With
Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Welcome back to What's Going On. There's a lot of things going on in Amador County, and one of them is a brand new restaurant in Amador City called the Diggins.
The Diggins.
And Rocky here knows all about it.
Well, I retired, and then I got into this restaurant business because it's very interesting to me and because there's a tremendous social aspect for it. And you and I have known each other for a while.
That's what's up here,
social.
social.
Social. You know. I like to talk to people. I like things going on, and I like the fun.
I still think we need to get a car lot.
Well, maybe we can attach it to... And in my image, it came up. So we get that old Wiener mobile, and we put on the side of it the Diggins, and then we advertise the car lot. We trail a trailer and advertise.
But you know, with your theater background and you know, restaurants, that sort of thing, it's all about making your patrons happy. I like the idea of a Tuesday night rehearsal.
Well, we're building that.
That looks like fun.
We're building that where we want. There's not a lot going on Tuesday night, and we'd like people to come from Sutter Creek or Plymouth or Jackson on a Tuesday night just to see what's going on. Yeah. Have some good food. Maybe we play a couple of games, but maybe we'll have a good band there that's rehearsing and trying out, and maybe we'll have some auditions or an open mic night. But something to make it worthwhile to get up from the TV, sorry, TSPN, get up from the TV and go out on a Tuesday night and see what's going on.
Well, I have been around.
What's going on? The name of your show. That's
exactly.
A good name.
What's going on?
Good name for a show. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Exactly. There seems to be, now I don't know, I could be wrong, but seems to be an awful lot of retired people up here. And your idea of this afternoon thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people, they're not going to go out at 8 o'clock at night at bars. They want to find some place where they can go in the afternoon or lunchtime and see things.
Well, we want to compete with that early bird special out there.
You know.
And I'm of a certain age where 5:30 sounds pretty good to eat supper, and 8:30
Exactly.
sounds pretty good to go to
Exactly.
bed. So, yeah, I think that we're working towards that. And when you say retired in Amador, I think that's true. There's a lot of people of a certain, what used to be called retired age. But this is a very active group up here, and they are looking for things to do and things that are fun. So,
well, if we could put some outdoor poles with some lights on them, put a cable across there and a screen. We got a curtain going. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Barnum's dead. You know, we can't throw another circus in there.
I'm just saying, you have all the potential in the world right there.
Well, we do have a potential, but keep in mind, I don't want to work full time. I want this to be 3 or 4 days a week.
Oh, you hang around me, you'll be there every night.
No. I don't think I'd cross the street to see you more than one night in a row. But I do want that activity. I want that interest, but I don't want to overdo it. It's a small town. You want to keep within that flavor. And there's a lot of good ideas running around. You've given me about 100 of them in the last 24 hours. So we'll take them on one at a time and see how they work.
You know, I've always enjoyed what goes on in Amador County, from new businesses to what the latest thing is, and it fascinates me that in the way our economy is these days, that it takes someone like you and other people that I've met up here that take that chance. You know, I mean, face it, restaurants, those things are very hard to keep them going.
Well, I read somewhere where restaurants fail at a rate of about 60%.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know that includes an awful lot of things that probably shouldn't have gone to business first.
Yeah.
But a restaurant is hard. There's hard to make margin. It's hard to get people to come in, and it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I didn't come up here to retire and just, work in the garden. I want to look for new things to do.
Yeah.
And, you mentioned the stage. That's part-time for me. This restaurant's part-time for me. I drive a school bus every once in a while, part-time.
There you go.
So I think there's a lot of people like me. They're just looking for activity.
Yeah.
There's a lot of golfers, a lot of wine tasters. So there's a lot of things going on in Amador. I'm pleased to be here. I really am.
So we need to have a way of bringing those people to you.
I think what I'll do is I'll go on TSPN. This guy, Jack, has a TV show, and I'll just go on there and talk up my business to see what happens.
Well, that's what we got to do, and every little thing helps.
Absolutely.
Every little thing.
Absolutely. You don't know who's watching this and who they'll tell, and you don't know. That's how the word of mouth gets out.
Yeah.
And then my job is that once you come there, is to give you such an experience that you'll want to come back.
Now, you don't really call this a hot dog store, do you?
We try not to because...
Because you got specialty items.
That's exactly right. And the homemade toppings and sausages and the different kinds of buns, very fresh, nice buns, all of that takes you away from the typical hot dog stand.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with a hot dog stand. I've been to a few myself. But we'd like to think that this is it's not a full-blown kitchen that you might find somewhere else, but it's different, and it's the kind of thing where you say, okay, this is fun.
Is there a particular kind of wine or that sort of thing that goes with your cuisine? It's not a big word for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure I understand, but let me try. I think that, well, you're aware there's a lot of wine experts and a lot of people who like wine.
Yeah.
We offer wine because in Amador, you got to have wine. What pairs with what one? One of the fun nights we were thinking about having is a pairing and see what kind of wines go. But right now,
a wine tasting
and a pairing, and see which one goes with our...
With that sampler plate you're talking about.
Sampler plate, or we call our sandwiches different thing, the sour schnauzer, or the mutt, or the coyote.
Yeah.
So which wine, is it red or white, that goes with the coyote? I couldn't tell you, but it'd be fun to find out.
Sure, absolutely.
So we offer a lot of wines, and then later on in the evening, when people have stopped eating and they're just drinking and listening to the band, wine flows pretty freely. Yeah,
and I remember a family that was in there. There was a couple of young girls and some family that I think you knew them, but I noticed that they seemed quite comfortable there.
I hope that's true.
And that's the part I liked about it. Some bars... that I do what I do in.
Yeah.
You can't really bring your family there.
Well, and not
You know?
only that, we want you to bring your kids, and we want you to bring your dogs.
Yeah.
We put your
Patrick had his dog in there.
Yeah, Patrick brings his dog in there and sings to his dog, and the rest of us get to listen.
That's
very
the
nice.
best guitar player on this mountain.
Well, he's terrific. As a
Yeah.
guy who can't play a ukulele, yeah. That's very much. But we want it to be comfort. And I've gone, when strangers come in, I will take that extra step and I'll say, let me introduce you to the people next to you.
Yeah.
And I try and put them together.
Well,
This is not a bar where you go and drink your cares away and don't talk to anyone.
you have to be very close to your patrons
I think so.
and involved in your patrons.
I think so.
Makes me think of an old movie. You know?
Well, I'm trying to think which good movie would Eat for Dinner or you really want it. Well, you and I were both in a service, and one of the things you learn in the service is you really listen to the guy next to you, and there's a bonding. If I can produce that same kind of social atmosphere,
Yeah.
I'll be quite proud of it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, absolutely, absolutely. You got some good food. You got a good environment for everybody to
Yep.
come over there. And you got tons of potential.
Oh, I think there's no end to having fun there.
Yeah, yeah. And there's that big parking lot. There's a parking lot just up the hill from the bus stop.
I'm glad you
There's a
mentioned that.
bus stop right there.
That's right. The Amador Transit comes through, stops right there, and what this combination of City and the Diggins have
Yeah.
done is we've improved that parking lot now where you can come ADA compliant, you can come all the way up that ramp and walk right across in front of our store every day, our little restaurant.
We got to put a sign, the Diggins, and put it on one of those side of one of those buses.
Now you're talking about spending money. Yeah, okay. How many
Yeah.
how many sandwiches I have to sell to buy one of those? I'll
One of
try
those
it.
signs,
though.
yeah.
You've got a lot of good ideas for
Yeah.
nobody for no money.
We'll talk to Cam across the street. He'll find you a sign.
Oh, he'll build a sign. He wants money too. It's a shame.
Well, but that's what you got to do. It's the whole thing.
It's business.
From good food to
It's
good
good business.
entertainment
It's good business.
to visiting with your customers,
Absolutely.
making them feel at home,
Absolutely.
because they're coming to your home.
Well, I wanted
You
to
know?
feel that way, and again, my job is to get them to come back.
Yes.
But the job of advertising is to get them to come the first time.
Yeah.
And we're talking today, that's part of what we're talking about, but I like Amador County, I like what we do, I like the people here, and if I can have a place where people come and talk to me and we can have fun together, so be it.
That's how I got into the entertainment business, because I like doing that.
Just having fun, just doing something interesting.
Exactly. It's all about enjoying it and enjoying you and I are the same age, and we're
Oh
out
my
there having
gosh,
fun.
together that makes us 1,000.
I don't know. I've probably been in every restaurant up here at one time or another. You probably have too.
I'm sure I have, because I like to see what's going on, I like to sample new
And what makes you go back?
Well, you're
The
right.
friendly people.
The people,
Yeah.
number one. Number two, the service. Number three, the food.
Yeah.
In that order. But if one of those components is like a three-legged stool.
Yeah.
If one of those components is
Yeah.
missing, you don't go back.
Yeah.
But and actually, I didn't mention price, but price sometimes is not as important as the other three things.
Yeah.
Service, friendly atmosphere, and the food.
Well, mention that for a second. What do you think about your salads and your specialized sausage stuff? You think price-wise it's...
Oh, I think we're very competitive. The sandwiches are going, the hot dogs are going for $6.50, which is very competitive.
Yeah.
That includes topping and sausages and chips. And the salads are going for $7.50, and that's a big plate of salads. All of it's handmade and fresh. We buy the ingredients every day, so everything is delicious right from the start. Yeah. And the appetizer, we cook that up. We make everything.
So you guys
to
are making
order.
that stuff right there?
Making it to order. It's a small
Wow.
kitchen, but and our menu is not huge, but I think there's enough variety for everybody.
Well, you'll keep adding to that. You know. Anyhow, that's what's going on. Thanks for showing up. And go down to the Diggins and get you a famous sausage and a salad.
Come on down. Come on down, get one of each, and we'll enjoy talking to you.
Stick around for some beautiful music, too.
Absolutely. Even if Jack's there.
Even if I'm not there.
It's going to be nice.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.